Welcome to the Problem Listening channel of YouTube.
Men's reason for cheating is usually for sex. So what is the reason women cheat on their husbands?
It's also due to emptiness. I always say this. What do people do when a woman or a man falls into emptiness? They just get depressed while standing still, wondering what to do and what this life is about. What do? Most of the time, if it's a man, he goes to other women, while if it's a woman, she starts chatting more cautiously with the opposite sex, beginning to share her troubles. But these are dangerous escape routes. Also, spend a lot of money. They're spending unnecessary, inappropriate, meaningless, and irrelevant money. Or they start drinking heavily, or they start gambling heavily. He's eating a lot. He's trying to satisfy himself with that. He's suffering stomach pains, many more issues. They fall into depression or become hypochondriacs. This is it. Every day something hurts. These are psychosomatic disorders. It really gives pain right in the mouth, but in reality, there's nothing wrong. These are all psychological emptiness, loneliness, a hunger for attention, a hunger for love, a hunger for hugs, a hunger for touch. When all of these happen, you see that these things occur. Of course, they are interested in others too, but not everyone is always lucky. Finding women is hard. However, searching leads to finding. Thus, avoid reaching this stage. But when a person that starts looking, they will find someone one way or another. That's why people shouldn't let things get to this point.
Why doesn't a man or woman to get divorced and live freely instead of cheating on their partner?
First of all, loneliness is a very frightening thing. People don't want to be alone because loneliness really is disturbing, especially if you're old and weak. I'm serious. Even if nothing else is happening, a person wants to be hugged. They want to be protected. They want to have a partner by their side who can alleviate their fears. Or if it's a man, he's looking for someone who will prepare his meals, give him loving looks, hug him, share his troubles, and keep the house tidy. When these things are missing, people really fall into depression, especially if they're old. Start to fear, if I suddenly fall, who will save me? Or who will prepare my meals? Well, the door is knocking for everything. Look, go down, come up. All of these are the bad sides of loneliness. Oh, is there a good side to it? Yes, you become more free. If you don't want to tidy up your room, do as you wish. Or if you don't want to get dressed yourself, just do whatever you feel like. But is this the goal? I think being active is thinking of someone else, holding their hand. They want to fill a person's heart with waves of love. It really gets very bad when you get old. Or a young woman is left by her husband. When she leaves the house as a girl and returns as a woman, she can't be as comfortable as before. They interfere with everything there. Going out, caring for your child, getting up, sitting down. Why are you doing this? You can't go out. You came into this house. You'll sleep here. Or your kids are making noise, such remarks. These are very difficult. And on top of everything, there's financial trouble. Let's say you found a job. You might not have a gold bracelet on your wrist. You found a job. It was about serving tea, cooking, running errands, this and that. According to you, well, who will take care of your children? If there are no parents, friends, siblings, brothers, or uncles who will help you. I divorced my husband, but I went back to him, and she has seen a man since her youth without knowing the outside world and married him. She does not know life. He can't go there, he can't go here, he may not know how to drive. If all of this is true for a young woman, if she brings a man home, her reputation is at stake. If she doesn't, where and how will she meet someone? Unfortunately, everywhere in the world, men see a divorced woman something to take advantage of. There's nothing to be afraid of in that. In fact, they even prefer married women. She can't leave her husband. Anyway, etc. Like that. Remember that loneliness belongs to God. That's why I want to say this: optimize your conditions if possible. Instead of suffering at a bad level for the rest of your life, strive, work on the good aspects of your partner. If you're a man, you need to look for ways to be as fit as wife has found. That's why I say, if possible, don't separate. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, or ask your questions. If you have any... Hello, I'm Celine Karasai, my mom. Welcome to the channel where we listen to your troubles.
Is the saying that great love start with a fight true?
I never like such words. Most importantly, hate fighting. People who push each other away, fight, or those who understand when you say, my dear, that they should be hurt, or those who always argue with everything, or those who insist that no, it has to be this way. You can't do this. You can't get anywhere. You may be able to temporarily come to terms with the feelings and so on, desires, wishes, and so on. But if he started to hurt each other, to the point of arguing with each other, to the point of poking his nose into everything, to the point of criticizing, to the point of fighting, then I got to know him and loved him very much. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't always go smoothly and perfectly. There will be a lot of trouble, especially if you can't agree on the basics. Don't bother for no reason. There will be a lot of troubles, especially if you can't agree on the basics. Don't bother for no reason. The troubles you will go through to maintain this love, this togetherness, the hardships you will go through to increase the togetherness by building it up stone by stone, will all be in vain. Understanding is essential. Avoid fighting. Reflect. Can a relationship be perfect? You can take a break from fighting for a while. Think things over. Reflect. And start again with the condition that you won't do it again. But nothing that starts with a fight continues.
Everyone is chasing a perfect relationship, but is there a perfect person for a perfect relationship?
Perfect according to oneself. It sounds great to me, not to you. For example, say I don't like jokes. The person in front of me makes a lot of jokes. In my opinion, that's impossible. You would say, I can't do this. But someone who loves jokes would say, oh, how sweet, they entertain me a lot, they make me laugh a lot. So, everyone evaluates the other person based on their own feelings, perceptions, desires, and preferences. You will be very close with them. It's the same when a girl is young, or man to man. What does it mean to be friends? Having the same things to say, feeling the same emotions, being similar kinds of people. One person is like this, another is like that. These people can't be friends. They tend to pull away immediately.
There are people say, why can't I fall in love? What do you think they're looking for stopping them from love?
I always tell you that they don't know what they want. From the moment you want to fall in love or make a friend, write it down on a piece of paper. What I want, what types do I like? What kind of traits do I like? What kind of behaviors do I like? What social level do I want to be at? What am I looking for? The person I choose. These are the basics. And also, what do I not want? If they do this, I won't like it. If they say that, I won't be fond of it. Oh, I would call it a massacre. Write these down too. Maybe it could be like, I can tolerate it if I like them. Open up a third category like that. So, during the process of getting to know the other person, evaluate them from this perspective as much as you can. Every time you come home, check off whatever topic you found. For the topics you couldn't find, mark them with a minus. In which subject? Could it be, I can manage. I wanted it to be very long, but this one is about 3 or 5 inches long. Evaluate your relationship. If positives outweigh negatives, consider continuing. Finally, after a certain period of time, before you get intimate, before you get any closer, before you have any regrets, evaluate these and decide whether to continue with that person or not. If the positives outweigh the negatives, also consider the possibilities and focus on the positive aspects, meaning look for ways to develop and progress further. On the other hand, give up before you do things. Regret as time goes by.
What do women and men understand when it comes to love?
Love is such a wonderful thing that you can't believe it. I've fallen in love 3 times in my life. I was 16 years old. After that, I fell in love a lot during university. I married my third love, whom I met last, and we were married 50 years. Then he passed away. I remember him with the same enthusiasm and joy. I never saw anything bad about him at all. He suited me perfectly, and I had a wonderful life because of him. He was saying the same thing for me, finding these things, starting with logic, and then gradually turning to love is much nicer.
They say marriage kills love. Is that true?
No. Here is the example in front of you. Everything happens whether you look or not. It starts wonderfully. You said, I let go and leave it to fate, and you slowly move on. They'll try to slip you up. They immediately try to take ownership. Everyone tries so hard to win over the other person that you wouldn't believe it. So you must never leave it empty, always in every way, love and respect. He is my husband. What will happen if he sees me like this? No. He understands that you don't care about your appearance, your hygiene, and so on. And he assumes that those who do this in real life are the same. He shifts his attention to them. What do I always say? You will always be well-groomed. You will always show your good sides. But this is hypocrisy, Miss Seelan. There are those who say this too. Do you want to buy peace, this marriage? So do you want this marriage? And commit for life, address issues, change, and things go downhill. Marriage loses essence. But if you present yourself one way and then change, that's when things start to go downhill. That marriage loses its taste and salt. You will always act like lovers, always be in a flirty state. Oh, I can't do that, Ms. Seelan. I am. Then you will remain just as you are. Nothing can be achieved without effort. In fact, try to improve yourself if possible. If the things the other person wants from you are truly your shortcomings, fix them. It can be fixed. We all change. But it's not hypocrisy. It's like this in front of him. Then like that. No. Are you changing yourself? Can you meet the conditions he wants? Can you maintain marriage, affection, love? Can you act like you're on display at all times? Then try to adapt to him, on the condition that you don't change afterwards. The moment you change, the other person will say, but you weren't like this, you've changed a lot. Won't change back. If you're willing to take the risk, go ahead. If not, it means you can't be with this person. It doesn't always have to be a woman. It can match with a man too, but generally, and don't adapt very well. Until they get married, they listen to their mothers. After they get married, they listen to their wives. If their wives are spoiled, do not do anything, do not show care, then he will also behave the same way. Don't forget my words. Please subscribe to me. Follow me with love. See you again with my love. See you again with my love again.